I hope everyone's been enjoying the music so far. We'll be back to it soon, but first, we get a chance to sit down with the band themselves, Mars. How are you guys feeling tonight?
All right.
Solid, man.
Excellent.
Okay, good to hear. Do you want to introduce yourselves for the people at home?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Alyssa Toms, and I do vocals and some guitar in Mars.
I'm Adam Toms. I do some vocals and guitar too.
I'm Cody Litzko. I do drums.
I'm Andrew Simzer, and I'm the bass player.
Excellent. So you mentioned this during your sets, but you said Mars used to be a jazz band, specifically Mars Galactic Jazz. I guess do you want to talk about what made you want to make that transition?
Sure, yeah. So I guess I could kind of go into history. I don't know if you're going to hit that later, but I'll just touch on it right now. We started Mars Galactic Jazz due to playing for a benefit for there was a bus crash at Chai High in 2005, and then we did a 10-year benefit where we made a band, and all the money went towards that benefit. And it was a very there was the band director passed away during that, and he was regular band, but he was also a jazz band director, Doug Greenhall, and so we were like, let's learn some jazz, let's get going. And it was Adam and I, we started, and then we kept adding people and changing out people, ended up kind of like this. We're definitely not finished learning jazz. There's a lot to learn, and every time we listen, we continue to learn about jazz. But as things kind of morphed with band members, we just started having a lot of fun being more of a variety band. And we don't want to lose that jazz vein, but we've definitely morphed into something that is a little more, there's just different avenues we can go to as far as providing shows or different music for weddings and all that stuff. So it morphed that direction. We can still call ourselves Mars Galactic Jazz, but people are pretty surprised when we book that way because we do a lot of variety music.
Makes sense.
So yeah, we're in that transition period where we're probably looking for either a rebrand or some sort of name change. But right now, this is the heart of Mars.
Solid. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're ever completely done learning jazz. But we can get into history in a minute. But first, you mentioned being a variety band. I guess what does that moniker mean to you? How is being a variety band
Well, we try and focus on learning a lot of different genres, and really trying to play stuff that we enjoy playing that we also know people will enjoy hearing. We try and keep an even mix of, easy listening tunes, so we can really put ourselves into, whatever sort of venue situation, gig situation that works, and still have a great time and provide a great time to everybody there.
Solid. Yeah, you got a pretty healthy mix of covers and originals. For your choice of covers, do you kind of tailor that to the venue, or do you have kind of a standards list that you refer back
We
to?
have a pretty good list of 3 or 4 hours of music we kind of choose from. We've been leaning into a lot of, I'm not going to say party songs, but songs that get people going, ones with big ripping guitar solos and stuff like that. It's mostly just about having a good time. We try to mix in a little bit of country. We're working on a hip hop song too. Lord knows how that's going to turn out, but I believe in us.
Little Anderson Paak coming down the line. I try to be inspired by a song, and it's like climbing a new mountain, and it's our passion of songs that we want to play. You called it like poetic rock or something like that.
Yeah.
We try to pick songs that have beautiful lyrics or a challenging new thing to play and discover on our instruments. So
Makes sense, yeah. Branching out kind of I like the way of looking at it, of branching out kind of both, for the audience, but also for yourselves, like development of musicianship. It's quite noble. And, the variety is nice for a variety band for sure. So for your original songs, do you do a lot of songwriting together as a group?
I guess so. We started with, so Andy was the last person to join this band. He's a phenomenal bassist, phenomenal.
Okay.
He joined in April, so up until April we were pretty much exclusively jazz, and
So you're saying it's my fault.
exactly. No. You brought so much fun to the band, and it just expanded it. But since
Inspired
April,
us.
it inspired us. For the last
fun.
few months since April, we've been learning these variety tunes. 4 gigs we already had booked before he joined, and so as we've been learning these songs, maybe we'll throw in up till now, basically to answer your question, we've already Adam and I or Cody knows a lot of these songs that we just kind of brought to the band, kind of developed in a duet style. or maybe we played it once with a different band. We were just testing it out, and it's fleshed itself out that way. But I firmly believe we're gonna have once we get now that we have 4 hours of material, we are gonna write music together, because I know all of these guys are really creative. I've heard all of their stuff that they do and their songs that they've written, and I don't want to pass that up. I think we have to tap into that. So that's where we're at.
So yeah, sounds like a bright future. But if we want to turn our eyes to the past a little bit, I guess back into the Mars Galactic days, how did that get well, you mentioned how it got started. How did that group kind of develop into the 4 people that are here right now?
Honestly, 2 of their former members I used to be in a band with. Cody did too. So it was kind of when they couldn't do it, I was just an easy fit to kind of pick up some of the slack, but we lost a saxophone player, so that kind of changes the sound.
They just went on tour. They just got back. I finally saw Jared
I
today.
know they were gone months.
Yeah, they were gone months out west with their other like folk bluegrass.
The
country
Driftless
band.
Revelers.
The Driftless
I'm wearing a
Revelers.
hat.
They did Sounds of the
Free
Valley.
plug, you guys.
They did Sounds of the Valley, I guess, last year.
They did, yeah. I had the Driftless Revelers on the same couch, actually.
Yeah, they told you about how they met in the
Gotta take a
Navy
shot.
and they found an egg or something. He was telling me about.
It was something. The story honestly was kind of hard to follow.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, so those rascals went on tour again, and what was the question?
What was Mars Galactic Jazz like?
Oh yeah, so we started this band for that benefit years ago, and different members would become preoccupied with different things, and we'd still continue our study of music and predominantly jazz, because I like climbing that mountain. But then it's really fun to just turn your guitar way too loud and way too much distortion and dancing. And it turns out those kind of gigs, there's a lot more of them than there are jazz. You can play at the Lakely, and that's about it for jazz in town. And maybe the Plus. But you can play anywhere if you just play not quiet jazz. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play all music. It's something to be had in a 1-chord vamp, regardless of doing 3-6-2-5s and chord changes and rhythm changes and following all those Coltrane things.
Makes sense, yeah.
So-
Yeah. Since your transition into becoming more of a variety band, have you been playing? Have you been playing at like different venues? Do you have any kind of dream venues in the area or outside of it that you'd want to play in the future?
I guess if I say I don't know about exactly dream venues at this moment where we're at with the repertoire we have. However, we've played like weddings, and that's been so fun. Just actually Friday we played a wedding, and that was, I think we just all had a good time with that, and just being open to being a reception dance band is just like open up so many other doors, because people will hear us either out and about at a bar or out and about at a venue, and they're like, hey, you should play at our wedding. So it's like opening up these really neat connections that way. Anything that we can add to the excitement of what the venue has going on, or what the event, something like what the event that they're having, like a specific venue is having, if we can add to it and add to the atmosphere of how fun it is, like that's kind of our goal. So as big as like bigger stages, absolutely. If we start writing our own music together, then yeah, I mean, bring us to any festival. I'm ready for a big stage.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of the concrete future for Mars, do you have any upcoming events or music that you want to plug for the people at home?
Got the Halloween party. Can people come? We probably shouldn't tell them about
Well,
that.
now it's out there. Playing a
Private property.
We're playing at Davies in November
Yeah.
8th.
November 8th?
Was it
Yeah.
November 8th or November 11th?
November, one of those days.
TBD
You just
November.
check the
Mars
Davies
at the
thing.
Davies
We'll put it
Center.
in post.
Yeah, you guys just go sit in the cabin in early November and just wait.
Just
This is
every
You know,
day.
late every day.
Bring
every
a pillow,
day.
bring a blanket.
So yeah, that's probably our next one.
Solid. And online, whether this be social media or streaming, where can people find your music? At Mars?
Yeah,
At Mars and Mars
Mars.
Galactic Jazz. We also all have our own social medias. So, Isla and Eau Claire Guitar Lessons. Cody J.
I'm not on Instagram.
You'll just have to get a smoke signal for Andy.
Yep.
Yes.
Solid. Well, our time is about coming to a close. We'll be back to the music soon. But do you have any parting words?
Apparently it's private, but what's going on over there?
I couldn't resist. Yeah, music, throughout the history of humankind, music was a catalyst to an event. Only in the last 80 years was music a commodity. Throughout the history of humans making music on Earth, it was a service and for dancing oftentimes or for community. So it's really beautiful to be able to make music with these guys as a service to the environment that we're given. We still love writing music ourselves. Oftentimes, like you were saying, it's really nice to be able to attribute to a thing that is already going on, like a Super Bowl halftime show. That'd be my goal.
Wow.
Let's set the bar high.
Ambitious.
Yeah. So, yeah, just being able to make music as the catalyst to an event is a beautiful thing. Whether it be original music, and there's a lot to learn from playing other people's tunes, and all the people I've been inspired by play other people's tunes, and then they get the privilege because of that experience to then showcase their original tunes in those environments as well. So thank God for the opportunity to do this. This is awesome. Thanks for having us. Y'all are beautiful. What a thing.
What a
What a
And
thing.
go
What
out
a
there and
thing.
listen to some music.
What a thing, and what a message. Yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck for the future of Mars. But thank you very much for coming to the studio. It's been a great time having you here. And for everyone else at home, don't touch that dial, because it's right back to the music after this.